everybody, welcome to another Leek Wacky Wednesday. I'm John as always, and we're going to get back to stipulation drafts this week on Wacky Wednesday. This one we're going to be doing a rare draft. Now normally you hear rare draft and you think that means taking rares that are valuable. This rare draft is going to be a little bit different. If I see a rare in the pack, I must take it. Now that's not going to affect that many draft picks, maybe 6 or 7 out of the entire draft, but this stipulation has a second part. Any rares that I draft, I must play. So we could end up with a 3, 4, 5 color deck, depending on what rares we have to take. We're also going to be doing this back in M15. I never wanted to go back to M15, but we're going to do it this time, just because it's a format that I know slightly better than Khans of Tarkir so far, and I'm not really wanting to jump into Khans of Tarkir wacky drafts just yet. I think they definitely work a little bit better with M15, a little bit more of a simple format as opposed to a multicolored morphing format like Khans of Tarkir. So yeah, we're going to jump into this M15 draft Swiss when it fires and start taking all of the rares, so I will see you for that. Okay, here we are. It took a while for this to fire. I think people have really moved on to Khans, but we're here, and we have a rare, and it's Shield the Avatar, which is kind of nice. It keeps us completely and utterly open. It's not the card that I would take from this pack. What would I take? I would probably take... It's actually in consideration for what I would take. The Red Paragon would be an okay card to take. The Coral Barrier, I guess. No real fantastic first picks here. But we're taking the Shield of the Avatar, and we are playing it because we are rare drafting. Shield of the Avatar, for anybody who doesn't know, is a piece of equipment. You pay 1 to cast it, you pay 2 to equip it. And if a source would deal damage to equipped creature, prevent X of that damage, where X is the number of creatures you control. A lot of people don't read this card properly. A lot of people think that it says if this creature would be dealt damage, prevent it. They don't realize that it's a source would deal. Definitely a lot of misplays I've seen with this, but that's what we're going to take. And we get another rare. All right. Polymorphous Jest. So we get a blue rare now, so that is going to push us into blue. Until end of turn, each creature target player controls loses all abilities and becomes a blue frog with base power and toughness 1/1. Some better cards in this pack here. Warden of the Beyond is pretty darn good. I guess there's nothing else terribly exciting. After having played Khans last weekend, all of these cards are looking pretty unexciting. Core sets are definitely lower power and lower complexity. But we're going to take this Polymorphous Jest. We might get a Divination back around, or a Research Assistant would be pretty okay. Let's see if we get a third rare. We don't. All right. So we have a colorless card and we have a blue card. What's the best card in this pack? Well, we have Turn to Frog and we have Coral Barrier. And not much else. There's a Shadowcloak Vampire. We could take a Willforged Golem if we really wanted to stay open, but I think we can attempt to move into blue here. Do we want a mini Polymorphous Jest, or do we want a creature? Since we're going to be maybe a little bit slow, depending on how many of these rares we have to play, maybe we do want the wall. A 1/3 for 3 is pretty great in this format. I think I'm okay passing up the Turn to Frog here since I do have the Polymorphous Jest, but I will take the Coral Barrier here. Oh no. Oh no. We have a Chain Veil. We have to play it. I don't know that we're ever going to actually put it on the table, however. I might put it in as a 41st card or something, because of course, unless we happen to get a Planeswalker, we're just going to be losing 2 life every single turn if we were to actually play that card. It'll be in our deck, because it has to, but I am looking forward to never casting this card. It's probably the worst rare that could have come up while doing this stipulation, but so be it. It's a mythic, but I'm sure it's a very low value mythic. I wouldn't have minded getting this Satyr Wayfinder out of this pack. Mana fixing is going to be something we want. There's also a Paragon, but Chain Veil it is. Okay, what do we got? we've got a Zathrid Slyblade, which is decent. Charging Rhino's pretty good. Scrapyard Mongrel is pretty good. We've got 2 artifacts, although I'm not going to be playing that one out. We've got a Willforged Golem, a Shadowcloak Vampire. I don't want this Glacial Crasher, so we're going to be going into a different color. Do we want to go into black? Do we want to go into red? Do we want to take the colorless creature? Do we want to go into green? Green's probably the color I want to be in. It's the one that's going to have more mana fixing. So Charging Rhino is a possibility here. Is Charging Rhino better than Mongrel and Vampire? And most importantly, Slyblade? I'll take it because I do want to end up in green. That Slyblade might hurt having been passed, but we'll see. We've got a Sunblade Elf that will help us go green, and we may end up with a Plains if we have a white rare in another pack, but Aeronaut Tinkerer might be the better choice. It's in a color that we are very likely to be in with the 2 blue cards that we have so far, one being a rare. The shield will activate it, give it flying. So I think I'm okay taking the Tinkerer here. Trying to get as many as cards of one color is probably a good choice here. So we've got Amphin Pathmage or Living Totem. I think Living Totem might be a little bit better. Amphin Pathmage keeps us on the blue plan. Amphin Pathmage I think would be better in a regular draft deck. In this deck, since it's going to be a bit slower, I don't know how vital that can't be blocked clause is going to be. But then again, we do only have 1 green card. We may not end up in that, even as much as I want to. So I think we will actually take the Pathmage here. I convinced myself. We've got a Divination, a Mind Sculpt, an Invisibility, an Undergrowth Scavenger. Undergrowth Scavenger pushes me green. Divination is something I will play in blue, but I think we'll take this and maybe try to fully move into blue-green. And then we have nothing. Absolutely nothing. I do not want that or that or that. Rummaging Goblin is probably the best card here. Maybe we'll end up in red. I'm not going to play Chronostutter even if I take it. I guess Rummaging Goblin is the card that I would actually play if I ended up in red, so that's what I'll take. Nothing here. Nothing here at all. I guess I'll take a Mind Rot. Would not play Mind Weft, or Vine Weft, not Mind Weft. Solemn Offering would be a sideboard if I was in white. Oppressive Raise could be played. None of these cards are really useful. I guess I'll take the Solemn Offering, but I don't think there's much of a choice there, really. Cavernous Moss Beast, I guess I need to take. I am almost 100% not going to play it, but looking at my current deck, I'm 100% not going to be playing these other cards either. So, Moss Beast it is. Diffusion Sliver. Okay. Goes in my deck. I'm unlikely to have any other slivers, and it's probably one of the weakest slivers, but it's blue, so we'll take it. Wow, that's a late Willforged Golem. I quite like the Golem. It's going to be in my deck for sure. Meditation Puzzle is not, so away it goes. Away goes the Plains. Let's actually pitch the Chainveil. It'll go in our deck. It may be a 41st card. But yeah. So we have a rare, Hoarding Dragon, 4/4 flyer for 5. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card, exile it, shuffle your library. When it dies, you get to put that exiled card into your hand. We have to take it. There's not really any question here. It kind of goes with our shield. We get to search up our shield, and then if our dragon dies, we get our shield. It's not terrible. So red looks like something we're going to have to play, especially because it's double red too. It's not ideal. But in it goes. Let's pitch this Diffusion Sliver and this Solemn Offering. Afficin, alright. Triple white rare. Okay, sure. This is a fantastic pack. Inferno Fist, Triplicate Spirits, Borderland Marauder, Pathmage, Netcaster Spider. Wow. It's a really good pack. We do have to take Avacyn though. So we're gonna need some mana fixing. We're gonna want this Evolving Wilds back if possible. We've got a lot of colors that we're going to have to play here. We've already got blue, red, and white rares. But in goes Avacyn. Triple white. I almost might have to just give up on green and go blue, white, splashing red. Does anything here help us? Well, Evolving Wilds might be what we take, actually. I don't really want to push this green. If we're not going to get a green rare, I have no real reason to play it. Nothing black yet. Torch Fiend, Ephemeral Shields. We'll just take this Evolving Wilds because we're going to need it. So hopefully we get another rare of a color we have to help push us into one of those colors. We are sitting at 3, 4 with the shield, and 5 actually with the Chain Veil. Curd Chieftain, not really. Another Evolving Wilds. Oresco Swiftclaw could help us go blue-white, splashing red. Curd Chieftain. I think it's between Curd Chieftain and Oresco Swiftclaw. Nissa's Expedition, of course, really helps the mana. But with Avacyn, that triple white casting cost, I think we really need to try to get into white. So I think maybe Oresco Swiftclaw is going to be the pick here. And maybe we'll toss some of this green that we took. Well, there's a blue rare to help us go blue. Stormtide Leviathan is in our deck. In it goes. Let's ditch this green. And let's ditch this goblin as well. I want to see what I have to play / what I want to play. Encrust is blue and helps us out. Mystic would have helped us go green, but I think the green train has sailed. Trains do sail on this channel if you are a new subscriber. Yeah, we're going to go with Encrust. Let's get as much blue as possible. Hushwing Griff, another rare, and it's a white rare, so that works. Aeronaut Tinkerer or Evolving Wilds. I think we want the second Evolving Wilds, really. Kite Fins or another Encrust? Another Encrust, sure. Another Evolving Wilds? No, I think this time we'll go for a Research Assistant. A 1/3 for 2 is great. A Looter will help us get the lands we need. Ephemeral Shield, sure, that helps us go white. We're sitting at 15 playables so far. Playables in quotes, of course. Stormtide Leviathan, Avacyn, Guardian Angel, Chain Veil, Void Snare, Shaman. I guess Void Snare. Don't really want to play it. Restock, Act on Impulse. 2 uncommons is the last 2 picks in this pack. 1 terrible and 1 pretty good. Let's take the pretty good one. Won't play it. If we had have lived the green dream with Verdant Haven and all kinds of mana fixing, we might have, but not today. All right, come on, blue or white, awesome rare. Come on, a Johnny. Give us an Ajani. Don't give us a Garrick. Don't you dare give us a Garrick. I will cry if we get a Garrick. Alright, pack 3. Avarice Amulet. Alright, another artifact. Oh, there's that Verdant Haven I really wanted. So Avarice Amulet. 4 to cast it, 2 to equip it. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 in Vigilance, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card. That's fantastic. Except when that creature dies, your opponent gets the amulet. It's not very good. But, going in our deck. Ooh, wow. No rare and fantastic cards. Devouring Light, a foil Illusory Angel. Those are great. I think the Devouring Light's what we want. We want the removal. But I would love to have that Angel too. But we're going to take the removal here. Oh. Well, I don't really need a second Avarice Amulet, but in it goes. Just collect all of them. Stain in the Mind. Stain of the Mind? No, Stain the Mind. Well, in it goes. We're going to play a black mana, I suppose. May as well have all the colors, I guess. Well, we don't have green. Of course, I've probably just jinxed myself, and we're about to get whatever the worst green rare is. I can't think of it offhand. I'd be okay with a Hornet's Nest, I suppose. Oh, right. The worst green rare is Life's Legacy. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Magic Online. In it goes. So we have a 5-color deck. Not because we want to, because we have to. So I can take whatever I want here. I can take the best card. The best card's Thundering Giant. I don't really want a double red card, though. Maybe I just take the Tyrant's Machine. I need a creature, though. Which is familiar, because I'm going to have to splash a black. Shrapnel Blast, actually. Removal. I can blow up one of those stupid amulets. Sure, why not? Give me a creature. Give me a good creature. Rot Feaster Maggot. Don't know if I'm going to have the black for that. How many picks do we have left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 picks left? Can probably get some sort of groundish creature. We have bombs, of course. We have plenty of bombs. Just have to live to cast them. Divination, Rot Feaster, Maggot. So what are we playing? We're playing a lot of islands, a lot of plains, 2-ish mountains, a forest, and a swamp. Yeah, Divination, I guess. Another Research Assistant. I guess that's okay. 1/3 holds me off until I get my bombs. Sure. Welcome turn. There's that Verdant Haven, but don't know if I'm going to put enough green in to actually be able to cast that regularly. I think Welcome turn is just the better choice here. In goes Welcome turn. Not going to play any of these. Let's take the Sliver. Not going to play any of these. Let's take the sideboard card, I guess. Dauntless River Marshal. That's fantastic. It's probably the best third last pick we could have hoped for. In it goes. Tyrant's Machine, sure. Meditation Puzzle. So Chain Veil is definitely going in as a 41st card. You never want to play 41 card decks, but when you are forced to play a Chain Veil, well, I guess you do. We're going to pitch Void Snare. We're going to pitch, what else? Might just throw away this Divination. I want to throw away that Stain the Mind. Goodbye, Divination. Oh, Tyrant's Machine is out for sure. So one more. We're going to play 17 lands. We do have Evolving Wilds, remember. I guess the Shrapnel Blast, yeah? Well, let's sort by rarity. And let's throw Chain Veil in. Well, no, we'll throw that in once we put the lands in. Okay. Nearly 50% of my deck is rares. 10 rares. Alright. 10 rares, 10 commons, and 3 uncommons. And a mythic. So actually 11 rares. Alright, so let's see. Let's sort, group creatures and spells separately. I really can't afford to throw away creatures, so it's going to need to be a spell. It can't be any of those. It's going to have to be an Encrust, an Ephemeral Shield, a Devouring Light, or a Shrapnel Blast. I guess the Shrapnel Blast I'm going to have to hit one of the two mountains in order to cast it. But I do have so many targets to sack for it. Maybe an encrust? Maybe just the ephemeral shields. I only have 13. Yeah, the ephemeral shields make sense. I only have 13 creatures, so we may as well toss that. So let's sort this by CMC. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Oops, I want to combine those groups. Let's toss in a couple of Evolving Wilds and see what this mana base looks like. 8-4-1-1-1. Well, that obviously cannot be one mountain. It has to be two. 5-7-1-2-1. We only need one green. We only need one black. We only technically need two red, and I think we'll just stick with two red. Remember, of course, we do have two Evolving Wilds, meaning that we do have 9 islands, 7 plains, 3 swamps, 4 mountains, 3 forests. Wait, is that too many lands? 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I think I screwed something up there. Oh yes, no. Yeah, I added a mountain. I added plains. I took away one island. Maybe I can get by with 4 plains. I need 3 on the board to get Absent down, but the Evolving Wilds are extras. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, there's our deck. It's bad. It's 5 colors. And it now has a Chain Veil. But there's our deck. We're going to submit that, and we're going to see just how confused we can make people. So I will see you guys for round 1.